I can't be their love child because I'm almost their age. I'm a retired school teacher. Are you school teachers here? Well, I taught in a really tough school in New York City. And like you walk into the building and you see the school colors, black and blue. And the second grade girls had a gang. And they used to have the initiation to take the milk containers off of my girls' lunch trays. So I named them the half pints. The leader of the gang was the Dairy Queen. And years later on Facebook, I see her complaining that Mr. Softy can't get it up. TMI, Dairy Queen, you were my student, okay? But it was really tough. Like when I was young, we used to read the Dick and Jane books, like Run, Spot, Run, See, Spot, Run. Nobody's as old as I am, but that's what we used to learn. This is how I had to teach them how to read. Run, Spot, Run. Dick's got a gun. Spot is a pit bull. Run, teacher, run. And those were the 12th graders. But now, I'm glad, no offense to you, person in the audience who's still a teacher, but I'm glad I'm retired, because now they have the participation trophies. Do you know what these are? Everybody gets an award or a trophy just for showing up. Reminds me of my honeymoon. He showed up and not much was accomplished. In fact, I could have used a participation trophy on both of my honeymoons because I was married twice. First I was married to a Jewish guy, and then I was married to a Chinese guy. There's really no difference. They're both cheap and they drive terribly. But when I had the Chinese husband, it was cool because we had 3 New Years. Like first you have the Chinese New Year, you have the fireworks, then you have first you have the American New Year and you have the fireworks, then the Chinese New Year fireworks, but then with the Jewish New Year, which we're in kind of now, there are no fireworks. But if you put a lot of horseradish on my Aunt Esther's gefilte fish, you have fireworks. But I'm not teaching anymore and I am retired, but I'm getting older. Anybody else find they're getting older, or is it just me? But I try to have a positive, you feel that way, ma'am? That I'm getting older? But I try to have a positive attitude. For example, you know those varicose veins they have? I changed the name of mine. I call mine the Google Roadmap to Adventure. This road takes you to the Sterling Forest. Break that down for you young ladies who do the Brazilian and all. It's like Silver Lake. And if that's not embarrassing, this road takes you to the Dead Sea. But, like I said, I try to have a positive attitude. I'm being very intimate. I don't know you, sir, but I'm going to tell you a secret about myself. I'm losing my hair. You can't tell, but I'm losing my hair. But I know where it's going. It's going to my knuckles. Along with the macrame ring that I'm growing on my face because of the change, things crazy happen. You don't have to shave your legs, but then all of a sudden you got a macrame ring on your finger. Don't ask. It reminds me, the young girls, you say, I can't wait for the change because I don't like the PMS. So then the change comes, and what happens? You got the mood swings, right? Hot flashes. You know what I say, young ladies? Menstruation, menopause, those were the good old days. The cuckoo on my biological clock is wearing Depends. I passed the information age. I'm headed for the inflammation age. You know, when I was young, I was teaching. We used to sing the birthday song. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Now my friends go lumbar 1, L2, L3. But I'm single now, and I met this guy from Brooklyn. He was from Brad Street, but he didn't have much to brag about. His singles ad said, loves long hikes. Then why are we on the elevator going up one flight to your apartment in Sheepshead Bay? And then it also said, loves romantic horse and buggy rides. Hello, we're in Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay. Maybe you should be from Knapp Street around the corner. And why is he showing me his singles ads when I met him on a blind date? But I wanted to tell you, I went to Woodstock 50 years ago. Anybody else? Nobody's as old as me. But I also went to Coachella 50 years later, the same exact rock stars. What a difference. You know, the tent at Woodstock was for bad acid trips. The tent at Coachella was for bad acid indigestion. And Mick Jagger's singing Satisfaction, that's fine. But then he goes like this. He puts the microphone out. I stood up. I raised my hand. No, Mick Jagger, I'm not singing Satisfaction to you. I paid $300. You sing it to me. And Woodstock had a famous part in the movie when Arlo Guthrie says, the freeway's closed, man, and everybody got out of their car, they walked through the mud to the concert. The same thing happened at Coachella, but we just pressed the button, our wheelchairs came down, and we went through the mud. Unbelievable. 3 people lost their dentures at Coachella. 3 people lost their virginity at Woodstock. But you know, Paul McCartney, God bless him, he's singing Maybe I'm Amazed. I went to see him. I saw him at Coachella, but I also saw him in Brooklyn. I'm amazed, Paul. I could barely get up this little step, singing for 3 hours. But I wanted to tell you, I go to the nail salon. Any of you ladies or men go to the nail salon? Do you have the... I don't know where these people are from, but they're cooking something in the back, and you know, I'm thinking vegetable, mineral, animal. What are they cooking back there? I don't know, but they have 30 forms of torture. I think they're from Vietnam. I'll tell you why. They're like pouring this ancient orange on my fingers. I didn't burn your village down. I marched for the war back in the 60s. And then they're speaking their language, and the only word I can understand is cuticle. And they're putting down my cuticles, and they making fun of me in their language. Then they put you on this throne, and they're doing your toes and your hands at the same time. Do you do this? So they have a vibrating machine, and you have no control. They have 2 women doing your hands, so you can't hold on. And then one lady's tickling your toenails with the file, then she's gouging your skin out. And I thought I heard the word clog, like they were making fun of the calluses on my feet. I'm paying you a lot of money to do this. But the worst part is, when you have no control and they're doing all this torture, you feel like you're going to slide down because the vibrations are out of control, and then you're going to slide into the water and you're going to get electrocuted to death. Well, thank you very much.